Today I'm going to talk to you about the new movie, Don't Worry, Darling. This hits theaters this Friday on the 23rd, and I just checked it out at a screening last night. It stars Harry Styles and Florence Pugh, and I have a lot to say about this movie. Let's dive into it. Let's get my review. Spoiler free, of course, but if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one, okay? Let's talk about Don't Worry, Darling. All right, I need to start this review off by saying that this has nothing to do with the drama surrounding this movie. I don't let that influence my thoughts. So listen, I know I got several people asking that after my initial thoughts yesterday, the short that I posted, and that is not the case, okay? That did not influence my thoughts on this movie, which after sleeping on it, I think I liked even less, which is really sad because honestly, I had very high expectations for this movie. It was one of my most anticipated films of the year, and perhaps that's maybe why it fell so flat for me. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this movie is just about 2 hours long, and in the theater, I seriously was thinking, we've got to be getting close to 3 hours. It just kept going. Feel like there was a whole lot of stuff thrown in, and every time they would try to, and I say try, to answer a question, they would throw in a ton more. Now, normally that's not a bad thing in a movie like this, right? It's supposed to be a thriller. It's supposed to be suspenseful. You're supposed to keep guessing what is going to happen. What's the ending going to be like, which I have a whole another thing to say about the ending, but that'll come later. But it just, unfortunately, just kept throwing things into the mix without fully resolving anything, which was a little bit frustrating and annoying. And it just felt like it just kept going. So that's never a good sign when you're sitting here thinking, wow, this movie is really long, and it's not that long. Now, Florence is phenomenal. We all know this. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And she does what she can with this script. She's absolutely incredible. She's phenomenal. She is the rock. She is the heart of this movie, but unfortunately she can't save it. I mean, you can only do so much with what you're given, and overall the movie just doesn't come to a head like you would want it to, okay? As for Harry, he does a really good job. It's very clear he's a newer actor in this, okay? He's a little stiff at times, and there's definitely some scenes where, like, I wanted more from him, especially him and Florence together. I wanted more. We needed more, I think, in order to make the movie work better, and unfortunately, we just didn't get that from him, but he does a decent job. It makes me excited to see him in other things, like the MCU, more, so it does excite me for what's to come from him, knowing this is a very early role for him, and this is how he put it out there. I mean, this is a hard role. This really is. And there's, oh man, there's so many things I want to talk about, but they're spoilery. But there's some issues I have with the story overall, again, with all the questions, right? There's so many things that happen, especially towards the end, that you're just like, but why did they do that? And then tell me where it goes from here. And they don't. So I just wanted more from that ending. I needed more explanation. I needed maybe 2 or 3 more scenes. That being said, after they cut out a solid 30 minutes of the film, I don't know, it just unfortunately is a little bit of a mess. And I'm not the only one who thought this in the theater. Several of us had a conversation after, and just none of us felt fully satisfied with this film, which stinks because it really does have potential. It has an interesting premise. And there's one thing that seriously it irked me from the very beginning is this choice with the sound. So there's moments where like bacon is sizzling while she's cooking, okay? Or eggs are being cracked or certain things like that, and the sound is so jarring. And I get that maybe they're trying to like have you focus on that. I don't really know what it is because it doesn't even work with, like, there are several moments of like jump scares where things, you know, something's going on and then there's a loud noise, which I liked and I enjoyed that very much. I love when that happens in a movie. I like to be startled. But this wasn't this. This was just like annoying, really loud and frustrating. And I'm like, can we not? Like, I get it. She's cooking bacon. Like, I don't need to every 20 minutes have her cooking bacon really loud. Like, I get it. I understand. So that was a little bit frustrating and something that got to me. Like I said, the potential is there. And unfortunately, it's just the execution that isn't there. And that is what really drags this movie back. Like I said, there's a lot of unanswered questions at the end, which usually isn't a big deal, but to have that many and then just have you kind of feeling not satisfied after what feels like a very long movie, it was a letdown. And it stinks because, like I said, I really truly had high expectations for this one, and perhaps that's it. If you go in with lower expectations, I do hope you enjoy it and I hope you love it. And so if you do that, please come back and let me know in the comments, because I really was looking forward to this movie and it really, really, really upset me that it didn't deliver. So listen, because of Florence, she's amazing, because of the potential there, I give Don't Worry Darling a 2 out of 5. It just never fully got there, unfortunately. Chris Pine is amazing in this as well, but I wanted more from him too. I needed to know more about him, and I needed to get some questions answered that never were answered. And I think that is my biggest issue with this movie. Again, you guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you loved the movie by the time you got to this review and you've seen it, please tell me. Please tell me. I need to know there are people out there that enjoyed this film. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You can check me out over at MamasGeeky.com, as well as over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm MamasGeeky over there, MamasGeeky. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.